Going over to the political part podcast, you have RFK Jr. vows to remove entire departments from the FDA. Now, this comes to us thanks to Gunther Eagleman on the good old X Twitter saying, quote, breaking, RFK Jr. just vowed to remove entire departments from the FDA. That's what it's all about. Yeah, it'll be interesting. Apparently, the FDA recalls about, or they approve, then they unapprove about 1/3 of all the things, all the drugs they approve. Awkward phrasing, I know, but I think you get what I'm trying to say. Let's see, it's about 59 seconds long, and yeah, make America healthy again. This is gonna be awesome.
You say clearing out the corruption in your terms. Would that mean clearing out the top level federal service workers that are currently at the FDA and the CDC?
In some categories, I would say.
What does that look like?
Remember, they never actually admitted how much money they made for the mRNA vaccines? Fauci was he sidestepped that question when they were asked him point blank, how much are you getting back? Because it was found they were getting kickbacks or residuals.
Yeah.
In some categories of workers, there are entire departments, like the nutrition departments at FDA, that have to go, that are not doing their job. They're not protecting our kids. Why do we have Fruit Loops in this country that have 18 or 19 ingredients, and you go to Canada and it's got 2 or 3?
Would you eliminate any of the agencies?
To eliminate the agencies, as long as it requires congressional approval, I wouldn't be doing that. And I can get the corruption out of the agencies. This is what I've been doing for 40 years. I've sued all those agencies. I have a PhD in corporate corruption, and that's what I do. And once they're not corrupt, once Americans are getting good science and are allowed to make their own choices, they're going to get a lot healthier.
You see,
I like it. That's one of the smartest things Trump did during the presidential campaign was team up with Bobby. Again, so many libertarians, so many of my friends voted for Trump because Bobby got on the Trump train. It's brilliant to have RFK Jr. Again, there's a disclaimer on the screen, or Bobby saying, quote, I'm not going to take away vaccines, so people can stop freaking out if they think they're not going to have the ability to inject themselves if they want. Though fascinatingly enough, I've been censored a couple times on the YouTube, deleting my stuff automatically, so I love Rumble. They don't censor shit on there, and they believe in free speech, pardon the French. But yeah, when I'm talking about lawsuits around certain things, about being injected in folks, again, I don't say if it's, I didn't give my, in that, I chose my words very carefully in the fact that I did not say that there is necessary, I didn't say like it's 100% affirmation that there are side effects from certain things, but just mentioning that there's a lawsuit, got my video taken down, and then I got one of the strike things. Yeah, I think RFK Jr. is going to do some great things. This got got 7.4 million views and 235,000 likes. One of the first comments comes from Brandon Herrera saying, quote, we're going to get tired of winning, getting 6.8 thousand likes. He's also known as the AK guy. Donald Trump News parody says, RFK Jr. is going after the FDA. That's kind of bold. That's kind of bold move America needs. Getting 1.1 thousand likes, which it is fascinating. Now, it will be interesting to see the trade-offs, because Wise Man once said there's no such thing as solutions. There are only trade-offs. Now, again, it's very interesting to see the juxtaposition of the Fruit Loops made in America versus made in Canada, where, yes, there are a fraction of the ingredients with the ones made in Canada. They also look differently. Now, the U.S. has historically one of the cheapest places to buy food. I know we have really high food prices right now, but relative to the world, it is very much cheaper. Now, I wonder, is it cheaper because they're choosing those chemicals because it lowers the price point, or are there ulterior motives? I wonder what the trade-off might be. Might the cost of food increase, and what would the consumer preference be? It'll be interesting to see what the food manufacturers and how that comes at the end of the day and what consumer preferences are. Now, someone by the name of Not Jerome Powell says, just made this meme, LMFAO. It's The Shining where you have the gal inside the room screaming because the axe is coming through, and she's labeled the FDA. And then Bobby, the person poking through her face is Bobby. Got 1.5 thousand likes for that one. Arthur Eagleman says, quote, it's perfect. The FDA needs to be discarded, getting 538 likes. Remember, everything they approve of is safe and effective. Melissa Mimoso says, make America healthy again. And his picture of Trump and RFK Jr. shaking hands at a rally earlier this year, getting 238 likes. Stop being an idiot. Interesting profile name. Says, quote, they just announced their new food pyramid. It's just good old natural beef. Getting 131 likes. Let's see here. Anyone sticking up for the FDA? I'm not seeing anyone in the comments thus far. Paul Jedi says, please do it. Part of fixing America is fixing our nutrition. I never knew RFK was so cool, getting 65 likes. Make it 66. Which, again, I don't agree with all his policies, but again, when you look at the current person who's in charge of health in the United States, It's a guy who thinks he's pretending to be a woman and morbidly obese. Versus Bobby, who actually has a background in health, nutrition, law, and he actually can lift a dumbbell and work out, which is more than most government employees these days. It is kind of hilarious to see all the heads of health of all these different countries being morbidly obese and out of shape, mostly mentally vacuous. I think this is going to be exceptional things. This is going to be, we have all of RFK Jr.'s legacy. This is going to be the most important things he does. And again, in terms of Trump being the GOAT and making a huge impact on the world, this is going to be revolutionary. Now, the rumor is there's like all the CEOs of major pharma companies are all right day after the election or night of the election, they all got on a phone call because they're freaking out. Now, we'll see if there's any implications, what the ripple effects are. I mean, a lot of people, unfortunately, a lot of those disclaimers and a lot of people, what do you call it? A lot of people signed away their right to sue for side effects about certain things. So I'm not sure if anything can be done. Unfortunately, it'll be interesting to see what happens at the end of the day. But let me know, do you think this will overall be a net positive for the United States? Do you think we really will, get America to be healthy again? Because, again, even with all the technology and all the new breakthroughs and medical procedures and all that stuff, the health rates, continues to deteriorate in the United States. But let me know in the comments your thoughts, because, as always, be fascinated to hear what you have to say. Thank you, everyone, for taking the time to tune in. Again, trying to get to 4,000 subscribers by the end of the month, so if you click that button, I greatly appreciate it. Also, give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down in a comment. It's a great way to give me some feedback, letting me know how I can make the show better and better. Lastly, don't forget to take time to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe and fight the good fight.